One of our favorite scenes from the winter. Remember this? Bao Bao's first snow day? That's when that panda cub just rolled with it when the first snowfall of the season hit Washington. Now only on CBS This Morning. We're there for another big turning point in her life. This 18-month-old cub is leaving her mom to now live on her own. Jan Crawford is at the Smithsonian National Zoo in Washington with a bittersweet rite of passage. Jan, good morning.
Well, good morning. So, we spent much of the past week following Bao Bao around as she goes through this separation from her mother. And I got to tell you, it really tugs at your heart. In fact, last night, she spent a lot of the night out here in her own yard on her own. She's inside now. You can see her in there on the panda cam. But I think it is hard for us humans, especially us mamas, to understand all this. But that's how it happens in the wild. And so the zoo is following nature. Here's where Bao Bao spent part of last night, her second on her own, caught on the panda cam in a favorite spot, up in a tree. It's new independence for a cub who's used to being close to mom. But that mother-daughter relationship is changing, and it's nature's way. Hello! Mei Xiang and 18-month-old Bao Bao are leaving each other forever. A major milestone that started with small steps. Our cameras followed the gradual separation. Last week, they spent nights together, but their days apart. Bao Bao in one yard, mom in another. This is a natural thing in the animal world. They're not sad at all.
This is a natural thing, and mom is not sad at all. It may be more of an adjustment for the cubs, but we do know that they get past it very quickly.
The way zookeeper Nicole McCorkle explains it, in the wild, panda cubs usually are around 2 years old when they leave their mothers for good. The zoo says the early signs of separation were obvious. Brandy Smith is senior curator.
They spend less time together, they have less interest in each other, and it's a little bit sad to us, but we watch Mei Xiang, and when Bao Bao comes over to nurse, Mei she'll push her away.
She's like, no.
Yeah, she's like, you're a grown up now, go, eat your own bamboo.
Good job, Bao Bao.
That was another sign when Bao Bao started eating solid food like bamboo and sweet potato, and her training was improving. We watched as Bao Bao followed commands inside a cage used for drawing blood from adult pandas. She's asked to stretch out her arm and squeeze the metal rod. She gets close.
That's better.
For panda fans everywhere, Bao Bao is a star. Her life documented on the panda cam. From her earliest days, we've watched Bao Bao learn to crawl, get checkups, play outside with the occasional tumble. This video of her first snow day has more than 5 million hits on YouTube.
We noticed that Bao Bao is definitely more independent. She has been more independent since the day that she was born. And it's actually great because the weaning process is going so quickly, so simply.
Timing is critical. It's breeding season for pandas, and Mei Xiang will only be fertile 1 to 2 days. If Bao Bao is still around, there's a chance Mei won't breed. It's nature's explanation for why mother and cub must separate, but the finality is challenging for human emotions.
The world changes when you're a parent and you see things differently, but we're parents of little humans, and Mei Xiang is the parent of a little panda, and this is the stage where the little panda needs to go and be a big panda.
We're taking our cues from Mei. Mei is telling us that it's time for Bao Bao to go, and we're letting that happen. We're helping her set Bao Bao off on her own.
Now, Bao Bao and Mei Xiang will continue to live in the panda house, but as of this week, they are not going to be sleeping together. They're not going to hang out during the day. Bao Bao is her own panda now. And in fact, when she turns 4, she's going to go back to China. That's part of a deal with the Chinese government. And there, she eventually will have cubs of her own. Nora?
Oh, Jan.
I know, 18 months seems so young, you guys.
I know.
Thank you, Jan. Wow.
But a time for mom maybe to try and have another baby.
Glad we don't do that in the human life. Get out of here so I can have some more kids.
I know, right?
We'll keep track of Bao Bao, I'm sure.